Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL Jedi Show. This is spot for Double Gameweek 34. My name is Hafiz, and I would like to welcome. We have two panelists today. Would like to welcome first Azmin to the stream. How are you?
I'm okay. Quite disappointed with the weekend, especially with Liverpool. But we just still need to hope that City drops points so we can get back in the race. But Arsenal drop points as well, so it's City's to lose now. Frankly speaking.
Right, interesting title race matches happening last week. And next, we'd like to welcome CK or Chenkiat to the stream. How are you?
Hi, Hafiz. Thanks for having me in. I'm good. It's been a good weekend, and looking forward to the next one. Yeah, on a free hit. Yes.
All right. Pretty much this is an interesting week. It's a crunch time because
Yeah,
Double Game
last
Week
few weeks.
34 is something that we have been discussing for a while. And it is time now. The fixture has come to the town and we will discuss how our plan will be. Interestingly, we have a different path in terms of free hitting. Azmin and CK, I think you guys are looking forward for um, activating your free hit. All right. And for myself, I'm on the other side, dead ending my team and wildcarding in game week 35. So we can share how we're going to approach this because we have two ways that we can share with the audience how we should approach
Yep.
this week. Right. Before I forget, also, I think last week was the Idul Fitri festive, and we actually had a break. And it's not too late to wish all our Muslim brothers and sisters happy Idul Fitri, and hope you enjoy the festive. But it is time to focus back on FPL and our planning, right?
Yeah, I need some Hari Raya ampaus from my team. So let's go.
All right. We have already shared the sentiment for this week. So we take a look at our talking point for this week. We take a look how we perform in game week 33 for sure. And then we take a look in terms of stats for game week 33, especially the fixture who has been performing and whether those performers can be emulate in this game, double game week 34. We take a look at fixture ticker. I think the recent double game week 37 announcement, we already expected that, but it is now confirmed. The fixture of 16 will double in game week 37. We take a look on that and we take a look on the fixture ticker after updating the double game week 37 fixtures. Number 4, best player to target for double game week 34. We will discuss in details. In terms of on the right side, the Liverpool assets, the Arsenal assets, I think those are the two teams that people are looking at. We take a look some template in terms of free hit draft, but after that, we definitely will look at how CK and Azmin will, in terms of planning of their free hit team, and then captain pick for sure, and our transfer plan. Right, so we jump first in terms of between three of us, CK actually performed the best. He scored 90 points. I think the average point is quite high, 57. And we can see a green arrow. After so long of a red arrow, if I'm right, CK, so you managed to get this and go back to this 21K position. So maybe you can talk through your team.
Okay. This is a very I would say surprising in a way, because the double Chelsea clean sheet at the back is something that I didn't really expect, and I got some bench jam, some luck on the bench. I got Shah in because I wanted him for game week 35. So this is a transfer made for game week 35, and I took Gusto and Shah in. I removed Ben White and also Bradley. So when I was making the transfer, I felt like I was actually making my team worse, because I took out the Liverpool defender and again at home to Palace, and I took out Arsenal defender. for Chelsea defender and a Newcastle defender. So I thought I was actually making my team worse when I made the transfer, but I didn't want to burn the transfer, so I still make it. And in the end, Nori didn't play, so I get the Shah points. So I think this week that defense itself gives me the green arrow lah. Then for midfield, I think Palmer is the only one who returned. All the other four of them, I mean, Luis Diaz, oh my God, at home to Crystal Palace, missing that Liverpool team, missing so many chances. And then Saka, Son disappointing, but I think Isa is also another one that has been very good. I got him in my wildcard team and he's been doing very well. And I think starting from game week 35 onwards, every single team will have Isa. And he will be someone like a Saka, Palmer, not really that important like game week 35 onwards. So yeah, this bit man, I just captain Haaland because I thought he's going to score a lot more goals because it's Luton at home and
I can in terms of
sorry, Hafiz?
yeah. So
Okay, come again.
in terms of you mentioned about
Your audio is cutting off. Hafiz.
points. I know it. Yeah.
Okay, try again, Hafiz.
Yeah, Hafiz's connection is a bit.
Okay, maybe I have some network issue. You just continue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
So yeah, I guess well done on the defensive. Minor disaster turned a good thing in a way. So yeah, because because you know that you're free hitting, so in the end, it all turned out quite well for you. I think the biggest disappointment, of course, was we just didn't expect you have both Salah and Diaz to totally blank.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's also thanks to the credit of the defense and especially to our former Manchester United keeper Dean Henderson, who really stepped up to the game. So yeah, so bad luck for those two, but then the rest of your team stepped up, and especially Shah, double digit from the back is always a great thing, isn't it, Hafiz?
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's better being lucky than trying to be good in this game because FPL is also about getting luck in this game. So you got that 13 points off the bench because if I remember, Gary O'Neill did mention he is quite optimistic that Ryan O'Neary gonna feature in this game week 33, and in the end he did not make it into the squad. So then you got that 30 points. So great for you. And the other player who performed was Isaac, which you got him from your wildcard team back in 30 or 31, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty much, I think whoever wildcarding in 30 or 31 and getting Isaac, he has been performing like 3 weeks out of 4. He only blanked.
He blanked once
And he-
only.
Blank last week, the week before.
Yeah.
So great things because if I'm right, when I wildcard in game week 35, I'm definitely going to have Isaac. And what as
Yeah,
one of
everyone's having him.
forward, everyone going to have Isaac, everyone going to have Gordon, and one of the defender or the goalkeeper because Newcastle are going to double and their fixture are quite great moving forward. So I feel you're on the right track, and I'm going to join you next week.
But I have
if I'm
already
right
doubled
also,
up on. I have already tripled up on the Arsenal. I can't get to Gordon anyway.
Okay, Newcastle, you mean right? Arsenal, Newcastle.
Yeah.
You already
Newcastle.
triple up, but you are
Yeah.
double in defense. So maybe whoever wildcarding, they will get on board for Gordon. So that is on the midfield.
Yeah.
And I believe Azmin also already have Isaac in his team. So pretty much that's what's the traffic right now.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean when you say you've already tripled up on Arsenal?
Sorry, he meant
no,
Newcastle. He meant Newcastle.
Newcastle. Oh, okay.
Newcastle.
All right.
Newcastle.
Because he already have Burn, Shah, and Isaac.
Yep.
Wow.
Because I think Gordon, there's a lot of options in midfield areas lah. So
Okay, fair.
I think
Fair.
I think in defense is not many teams are getting clean sheets lah in defense, especially 35 onwards. Arsenal's fixtures is quite tough. So I like Newcastle 35 Sheffield lah. Sheffield I hope they do well.
Right. We take a look about their fixture later. Let's go to my team. Scored slightly lower, 77 points, but managed to get a green arrow. I think this already back-to-back green arrow, but I'm still lower than you, CK. I'm closing the gap. I think we are maybe like 10 or 15 points away only. And
Yes.
I'm at 27k and you're at 21k. So it is a close gap. And pretty much we are still open in terms of getting the result. We already left with 5 weeks left into the season. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it's going to close the season nearer to our and we have 5 weeks less, and we need to take advantage of every week. 34 double, 37 double, 35 also mini double for Spurs and Chelsea. All right. To my team, I have Petrovic. I have Jamie Dubravka 6 points because nobody expect Newcastle kept a clean sheet against Spurs. So I got that 6 points. I'm gonna take it, right? And then I'm gonna take it white 5 points because a lot of people have Gabriel and Saliba.
Early sub.
So I'll take that 5 points, even though it's a yellow card for white. So glad that happened. My luck this week for that Arsenal defense. Yeah, but if you have Gabriel or Saliba, you will have 0 and maybe Saliba only 1 point, if I'm right.
1 point.
Yeah, and Palmer 26 points, 4 goals against Everton. Nobody gonna expect that.
Crazy.
If let's say you left your captaincy to Palmer from last week, you didn't make change, then you get the 26 points. Again, you got 52 points from that Palmer only if we have that captaincy on Palmer. But the rest in midfield, like UCK, Salah, Saka, and Son, blank. But I just want to point out to Son, sub out before that 60th minute. I'm maybe worried on that development because I thought Son should be safe in terms of minutes. But I'm still hope, or I'm actually think that Son still the number 1 players in Spurs if you want to have. So just blank this 1 point. But then if you have Foden, then you will have 0 points. So okay lah, if you want to think about that, because if you want to share about the team leagues, so all people heard about Foden are gonna play, then you change to or sub out Son for Foden or somebody else to Foden, and then you got 0 points. So you're unlucky in terms of team leagues. But other than that, Solanke only 1 goal, 1 bonus point. He could easily got another penalty against Manchester United, but only 7 points, but still good enough. But cannot compare with Isaac got that 12 points. Haaland 10 points, captaincy 20 points. If you captain Salah, then that could be a big gap. But Darwin, we already know the pain of Darwin has been mentioned before this. When you have Darwin, you just roll your dice and hope for the best. And 2 points is what we have for this week. That's all. Yeah, pretty much that's my team. Sarabia only 2. Brentford, nasib baik I got somebody going to play. I accept that 0 point instead of the -1. And Taylor 1 point. That's for my team.
Okay, so
yeah,
I guess when you look at it, yeah, that white was a very nice, slice of luck. But of course, you take and run away with it, not an issue. But you have Solanke, so Solanke is is in the pack there for you in a way, yeah, because not many other strikers came through. Yeah, so it looks like Solanke will continue to, and obviously for game week 34, he's maybe on everyone's teams. Is that possible? Yeah, but yeah, otherwise, good stuff for you. The Sun bit is worrying. What you mentioned, thinking that he's a safe, because we know, right, that throughout the season, Sun has consistently help, push, give his all, and manages to get something in the last 15 minutes of the game, whether it's a goal, and he's supposed to do that. But to sub him out early, I don't know what's going through Angie's minds in that sense. It's not like they have another competition that they're going through, so it has, it better be because of knock, but I guess we'll find out in terms of injuries later on.
All right.
I've not heard much about the Son injury though, but I would say it's because they have a very, very bad day. So I think their Ange Postecoglou just say, I just roll my
Yes.
dice. Whoever play, just take the
Okay.
L lah, I think.
Okay.
I don't think
All
there's
right.
much issue to that lah. But
Okay.
yeah, I actually I watched the game because I'm a United fan. I think Solanke owners is quite unlucky lah. That should be a penalty.
Okay.
And I saw Darwin and Diaz. I think now there's this debate whether to get
Okay.
Darwin or Diaz, and they both get subbed together in this
Okay.
week.
I think
So
we'll
I think that's
discuss later
interesting.
in terms of the best players to target.
Yeah.
Okay, we discuss on the Liverpool and Arsenal set. Let's go to Azmin team. You scored 63 points, Min.
Yep.
And sadly, another red arrow for you.
Yeah, so basically the whole point in me is that, as you can see, I'm Haalandless. So because of thinking that Haaland's form, I was a bit worried that he will not come up well. So obviously I didn't have him and I didn't captain him. Unfortunately, I captained the wrong captain, which was Salah, who totally blanked. Because I have Isaac instead of Haaland. I sold Haaland for Isaac, actually, so that was all right. So in terms of luck, there is a bit of luck on my side in that sense, because I needed to use a transfer because this week I'm free hit. So what I did was I ended up bringing Romero. So yeah, and with the intention of playing him. However, I because during the Hari Raya I was doing a lot of traveling on that day, and even though I made the transfers, I failed to rearrange my team in time. So even though because I intended to play Romero, but in the end he was left on the bench, which was a stroke of luck because yeah, we all know what happened. 4-0 -1 even.
So if not, who will play instead of sorry, who will you bench instead of Romero?
I was going to bench off Gusto because there were rumors that he may not be fit.
Okay.
Yeah, there was also rumors, and then the funny thing is when I found out that I had benched him, I'm like, okay, then there was a bit of panic because in the lead up to the Arsenal match, there were rumors that Gabriel wasn't training, so I was already thinking that given that Romero is going to come in the end, Gabriel played, but in the end, Gabriel scored 0 anyway. So it was just a case of -1. And in case, although if you notice that Darwin there, it's because I did intentionally bench him, Chenkiat, because I was not confident. Because I know that Crystal Palace's defense had improved.
Benching Darwin at home to Crystal Palace.
I was just not confident because I know that Crystal Palace under the new manager, they have been doing better. So we would need some magic, and I thought that magic would come in the form of Salah, and that's why I captained Salah instead.
Okay.
So it's a very disappointing week for me. Mainly it's the wrong captain. If it's the right captain, it may have got me to a plus, even though I didn't have Haaland. Yeah, but the other thing is, of course, just like Chenkiat, the double clean sheet, I'll be happy and run away with that.
Yeah.
For Chelsea.
So, but your team do not have Haaland, and I don't think you captain the wrong player because what's your next option, Min, instead of Salah, right? Are you going to?
it would have been Palmer. That's why he's my vice
Oh.
captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it was Everton, although I don't think anyone expected that Everton would get trashed that badly. I just thought that Chelsea will score against Everton.
All right.
So, yeah.
Fair. We have
think-
this game week 34 to turn back in terms of our result. So we shall see this week, right? Yes, CK, you mentioned something?
I just want to point out that Mooney's form has been going downwards recently. I benched Mooney's, but I wanted,
The last
I wanted,
games.
yeah, my original plan is to play him in game week 35 after the free hit. Now his form seems to drop off quite a bit. Just pointing it out. For some reason.
Because in game week 32, both Moody's and Isaac in a Fulham Newcastle game where you thought both would score, both of them blanked.
Yeah.
So it was quite shocking, totally unexpected. Oh yeah, that's right. I think I did exchange a tweet with you about this one,
Yeah,
last week. Yeah, so it was
Moody's
but I
and
guess
Isa blanking against each other.
So did you see enough in that game? Did you watch a bit of that game that made you want to bench Muniz?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Game week 35 they play Crystal Palace, but this game week I didn't play Muniz lah. I don't know, man. After I got him in, his form downhill.
Yeah.
So because you jinx him lah, I suppose, right?
I think so. I curse a lot of strikers this season.
That's right. And then when you actually join this stream, we curse you because if you're not, you're number one in Malaysia, right? So now I'm not sure what number you are. So sorry for that, but anyway,
yeah,
at least
that one I knew I wouldn't stay there for long. I really like.
Alright.
I knew it's like once in a lifetime kind of thing.
All right, but you're still in the good position, and I think it's also acceptable to target finish in 10k, right, CK? I think
Yeah, it's not that far, and I still have triple captain left.
so. I think that is still relevant. I think you just put your target 10k and see how it goes. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We just take a look a bit in terms of team of the week for game week 33, of which we already know Cole Palmer is the highest player, is the top scorer for game week 33 with 26 points. But who else make it into this team of the week? We have double Crystal Palace defense in the form of Henderson and Mitchell, because Henderson got clean sheet and I suppose 9 points with some save points. Mitchell, clean sheet and assist for Eze goal. So I think he got that 3 bonus points. So he got that 12 points. So those are the Crystal Palace asset. And they are coming into the right time because the game week 34 is just around the corner and people might think, especially on free hitting, could these two players be in your team? They could very well be, right? So other than that, the Newcastle assets, the Shah, the Gordon, Isaac didn't make it because Nicholas Jackson scored 14 points from that 6-0 mauling Chelsea against Everton. But if not, Isaac will make it in this team of the week. But Shah and Gordon, definitely not for this week in the thinking. But you'll be surprised if, let's say, we take a look at the most transfer in so far. Those are the assets that people are looking in. But the week is maybe not right because they are only play single. Unless you're certain that away to Crystal Palace, they can still perform, then you can do that. All right. Other than that, the Man City assets, not Haaland, but Doku again. Who ever thought? Azmin did mention punting Doku, but sometimes in a different week, but this is the right week if you want to get Doku. 16 points, and then Guardiola with a pop-up with a goal, yeah, and a clean sheet. Is it a clean sheet or is it an assist from Guardiola? Right, Man City concede against Luton, sorry, in an assist. Man City 5-1 against Luton Town. So that's where Guardiola could be in future that people will think, because Man City going to double in 37. Later we touch. Other than that, I'm not sure. Bruno Fernandes make it into this team with 2 goals, 15 points. Man United going to double in 37. So maybe he can come into our picture later in the season. All right. And Dickney and Andreas Pereira, the forgotten man, make it in this team of the week. So Azmin, for you, anyone that you want to point out from this team of the week?
Well, personally, Doku reminds me of a second season Foden, where he was really starting to make a mark and doing extremely well one game and then being benched totally in the next. So it's just too inconsistent in terms of picking him up now, given how Pep seems to be playing him. So it's not something crucial. Bruno Fernandes, double in that game. So yeah, he seems to be stepping up back as the goal scorer with Holland having not a great run. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chenkiat. But the annoying part is that there is Andreas scoring those goals with Muniz. There was one goal where Andreas scored, which Muniz was passed to Iwobi, and Iwobi could have passed to both either Andreas or Muniz and chose to pass to Andreas, and that led to a goal. So very, very, very annoying time to see that. But the other person on the pickup who definitely, I don't know if it's being considered by some for this game week, who are free hitting, which is Dean Henderson. Plays 2 matches, and I've always rated Dean Henderson, and I'm happy to see him get his chance, especially with Johnson now totally cropped for the rest of the season. So he really gets a chance to play the whole week for the whole season. And even with Liverpool's failings, I have to say part of it is due to the brilliance of Dean Henderson. Someone to look at for those who are free hitting, and hopefully he'll seal his mark for next season.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Henderson, because he former Manchester United player, that's why he wants to stop Liverpool.
Yeah, extra motivation. I can't deny that. It's quite possible. Yeah, that it's just what they do.
And Henderson also was also last year playing for Forest, right, man? And you had him, and he performed for you. So I think pretty much
the year before,
a good contribution. A year before, right? Mm-hmm.
The year before that. Yeah, not last year. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I can't take much a lot, but of course, Guardiola. There's a few managers out there who have picked him, and in trying to figure out which of the Manchester City defenders to pick. Looks like he's turning out to be the one who's scoring. So yeah, well done those who have it.
Yep. If I remember, our friend Afos picked Rico Lewis. Yes, a bold move, but he did not return. That's all. If he not, maybe he pop up with a goal, and then we will discuss about Rico Lewis in this team. So for CK, what else that you want to mention from this team of the week moving forward or week plan?
I think the Crystal Palace players really come at a good time that now many people will be looking at them. Attack, defense, both people are going to look at them. The whole team. Now I seen a tweet somewhere saying like people looking at Crystal Palace like prime Barcelona now.
Okay.
because double game week coming up, they got a clean sheet at Anfield. So it looks like people are looking at their striker, defender, keeper. The whole team is big. People looking at them.
And then when I saw that Aziz scored at Anfield, I said, "Oh, man, everyone gonna have Aziz for this week for sure," because he pop up a goal before game week 34. We will talk about that later.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just want to mention Azmin also mentioned about Andres Pereira, Dickney, but this player might not be into our thinking because those teams are not doubling. So that's all that I think we can share.
Just one last thing. I think because Shah got this 13-pointer, a lot more people will be interested in him in game week 35 World Cup.
For sure.
Because of this 13 point, I think. If not, people might cut some cost and go for Dan Burn or I don't know, some Hall or whatever, or anyone Livramento. But because of this, I think he will be popular.
But Shah is not that cheap anymore, right? It's
not expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
5.7, right?
5.6, I think. That's why I say if he don't get this 13 pointer, I think many will just go for anyone else cheap lah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair. May anything you want to point out in terms of results? Because maybe some players did not feature, but they have some good results. I don't know. Maybe we want to touch about Wolves. Cunha did score 2 goals against Forest. They do double next week. Is that something that people will think about?
Yeah, I don't know with Wolves how that is, but I do want to point out I've waxed a bit about Liverpool, but Arsenal losing to Aston Villa. I think we totally didn't expect Arsenal to not even score a goal. So that's something that definitely, well, to be fair, Liverpool didn't score either. But Liverpool, even the match before, in the lead up to this week, they were already having problems. Lost in Europa 3-0. The game before that, they drew against Manchester United 2-2. So you already started seeing some issues with Liverpool. Whereas for Arsenal, I think it came as a total surprise that they couldn't even score. And Aston Villa keeping a clean sheet. Aston Villa's highline. How on earth did that happen? So yeah, unfortunately because of Hari Raya and I'll be back at work, I haven't been able to look at the highlights. I don't know if you managed to see.
And they did it, without Douglas Luiz, right? Douglas Luiz suspended.
Yeah, he's suspended.
Yeah,
this Aston Villa is very weird. They got three clean sheets against Man City and Arsenal this season.
And one thing, there's a shift in tactics as well, because I think that they tightened up a bit, but at the same time, because the 2 goals were in the last 10 minutes of the game, scored by Aston Villa by Bailey and Watkins. So they were like towards the end. So it must have really deflated Arsenal when that happened. So it's a lot of question marks there.
All right. Watkins continue to perform, but looks like we are not going to go there, right? Because he's got double. Right, CK? You won't go there, right?
Yeah. No.
So non-FPL related, Unai Emery getting one-upping, trying to stop his old team from winning the league. That's gotta hurt, man. You got a lot of upset upset Arsenal fans there hating.
Won twice against them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, fair. Let's go to next topic, of which we just want to take a look at the fixture ticker. After the Double Gameweek 37 announcement, we just want to share. It's not official. We already know it's coming, but it is now official that the 6 team will double in Game Week 37. Which team are going to play double in 37? The likes of Brighton, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Newcastle and Spurs. All the big guns in this game week are going to play each other. Okay, we can see there in terms of fixture, Brighton going to be tough also. Away Newcastle, home to Chelsea. Chelsea, Forest away, Brighton away. Both are the way. Although maybe looks like easy on paper, but both are the way. Man City, Fulham away. Both are away also with Spurs. We know Spurs are going to face Liverpool and Arsenal, and the team will be the kingmaker in terms of the league title, I suppose, because they're going to play with all these title contender. Other than that, Man United, both at home, but it's Arsenal and Newcastle, so it's going to be a tough one. For Newcastle, Brighton home and Manchester United away, but we'll discuss that later in terms of Newcastle. And Spurs, Burnley at home, both at home, but Man City will be another fixture for Spurs. What will happen in terms of fixture ticker after getting into this 37 all on board? Newcastle are on the top of the ticker based on Fantasy Football Scout. They have different fixture, even though they do not double in 34, but they're facing Crystal Palace. Then home to Sheffield United in 35. Away to promoted side again to Burnley So 35, 36, and then just nice before you enter the 37 with Brighton and Manchester United. And on top of that, the last game of the season is away to Brentford. It is not something hard. That's what I feel. So you can just get in all those Newcastle assets and play them until the end of the season. So that's pretty much that I can check in terms of Newcastle. Chelsea also in among the top two in terms of ticker, although they face Arsenal in 34. Then after that, they double in 35. Villa and Spurs going to be tough. 36 home to West Ham, but they double again in 37 and then close the season with at home against Bournemouth. So quite decent. Then Manchester United, no surprise, they do double in 37. But if you go a single player for this week, Sheffield United and after that Burnley is not bad on paper, right? Especially team who are not wildcarding. So you just play your Manchester United asset. Then Crystal Palace, then Man City. But I just want to point out, Spurs also double twice in 35 and 37, but they are down in terms of ticker because their fixture are tough. Arsenal, Chelsea, they play Liverpool, then Man City there before they close the season with way to Sheffield United. So I go to Azmin first. Fixture ticker, Newcastle, Chelsea. What do you think?
Okay. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed that I haven't really read Twitter or anything, but if you notice the double game week 37 teams as it stands are all in the top 10. So it's quite fascinating and makes it good in that sense, makes it a challenge in terms of picking up players because any of these players could perform. And any of these teams could do well on any given day. So that is why, when you look at it, there's some very nice questions that you need to ask of yourselves here, because arguably you got look at City, who play two London clubs, and Fulham at home are also, can be a treat, can be tricky as well. Whereas Spurs, well, I don't know what to say about Spurs. On the day they great, on the random day they get trashed 4-0. So it's a very weird. So we'll see what NG does. You're right in the sense for Newcastle. So if you, especially those who've already wildcarded, like CK, who already has Shah in the team, which is nice, because when I wildcarded back in I think 1 week before Chenkat did, I 31, yeah. So I went for the cheapy Lascelles, and we all know what happened to Lascelles at the end. Yeah, so I transferred into a Spurs player, defender, to get double up, and thinking that more of that Burnley match to keep a clean sheet rather than City. Anything was a bonus there. But like what you said earlier, Newcastle has decent run fixtures where they can just play all the way up until this double. Yeah, whereas Spurs, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say really with Spurs. So yeah, and the good thing is most of these players, they technically, I'm not sure if Chelsea are still in the running for Europe. I haven't
Yes.
in detail.
Chelsea can still get Europe. It's only 3 points behind United.
So
But they are going to face
Brighton
Arsenal
is 3
and
points.
Villa after this. It's going to be tough away. Both are the way.
Yeah, Brighton played Chelsea. Brighton are 3 points behind Chelsea. So theoretically, it is still possible. So you could argue that all these teams are fighting for something. So yeah. So let's see. Let's see what happens in week 34, and then, of course, those of you like Hafiz who haven't wildcarded, so you may be able to. Things may definitely change after this game week. Yeah, if some results go out differently, and it turns out that some teams no longer have something to fight for. So yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes, CK, anything just to add in?
I just want to point out one thing, because I think a lot of us are planning to bench boost in 37. I think, but I see one
most definitely. I can see most definitely.
Yes, but I see one issue with bench boost 37, which is the defense. If you look at these 7 teams, which defender do you really think can get a clean sheet? Like
I think
none of them
don't bank in on in terms of clean sheet. Go for the attacking defender. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I think for this bench
No.
boost in 37, it
Um,
might be very
Can get
yeah.
the Spurs match. That's why I picked up Romero, because to try to keep a clean sheet at home against Burnley. That was
Yeah.
it really.
That's
So,
that's the
but
only one. But they probably concede 2 to 3 to even 4 to Man City. You know, so
yeah,
I
that's right.
think
And
defensive
negative
wise,
as
bench
well.
boost 37 is quite difficult lah, I would say. That's why myself is considering bench boost in 35. I'm considering
Okay,
lah.
okay. Because in CK position, still have 3 chips left, if I'm right. Free hitting this week for sure, right? Okay.
Yeah. Free hit, I press already.
And then before this, you mentioned that 35 could be your triple captain chip because Chelsea or Spurs gonna double. And then you can bench boost 37. So now you're thinking about bench boosting in 35 and triple
Because
captain in 37.
in 35, I actually have very good fixtures, but single week lah, no double week. But I have very
Okay,
good fixtures.
Okay. All right. Basically, you are
Especially
open.
just-
You can stick triple
Yeah.
captain or bench boost, right?
Yeah, and if I leave my triple captain to 37, I have a lot of choice. I can see which team need more points and all that. And if I look at 37, I've seen some people getting Manchester United as defender like Maguire for
Onana.
37. I think that fixture as Arsenal and Newcastle, I think they concede 4 to 5 goals in that week.
So you can have option captaining Haaland or even Isaac that week because they're playing home Brighton and away to Manchester. It is not a bad shout.
Even Son. Actually, my initial plan was Son, but now he's not on form. But we don't know in 37. He likes to play Manchester City and he have Burnley at home.
Oh,
right.
Oh, thank
Chelsea.
you for that. Yeah, I didn't know that. So I'll take that. Come on, son.
So I think what will happen here, people like me who will wildcard in 35, looks like they will take their chance against tripling that Chelsea and Spurs has set. And then right on until the end of the season, where 38, Chelsea play home Bournemouth and Spurs playing away to Sheffield United, which is not bad if let's say you start with those assets. That's why I feel. If they say they do not have anything to play, I think the main players still gonna play.
Yep.
Okay, these are the fixture ticker. We will discuss more in future, but this is what pan out. And I think if let's say you're trying to get those Newcastle, the Chelsea, or maybe to an extent Manchester United, City, Spurs, you are on the right track. Especially now, people are going to triple in terms of Newcastle asset. Before this, maybe people are just talking about the filler, like Azmin mentioned, Lascelles, maybe Burn. But now people are going big gun. Shaw, Isaac, even Gordon now. Okay. Let's discuss in terms of the game week 34 itself. Who are people are going to target? So I just make a table in terms of we already know 7 teams gonna double. Okay. So who's gonna double? The top 2, Arsenal and Liverpool, is definitely people are looking at. Then Crystal Palace, to an extent others, Everton, Bournemouth, Wolves and Sheffield United teams. Okay. So we touch first I think Arsenal and Liverpool that people are looking at, and most likely free hitting team will have triple of this asset. All right. So we take a look first in terms of Arsenal assets. You can go double defense or you can go double attacks. Some people, even I watch FPL Wire before I actually run through our stream. We can they can approach 2 sides. Double defense is not bad because Arsenal is the best defense in the league anyway. But maybe this is an opportunity for you try to double attack because Havertz is the one that people are looking at in terms of he has been performing, and then you can take advantage in terms of a lot of people who are not free hitting might have 2 double defense instead of double attack. So the fixture is decent. Away Wolves and home to Chelsea. And Chelsea, to be frank, they still a team that concede goals. So pretty much that goals can come in terms of the players from Arsenal. So from Arsenal side, the lack of Saka, most likely people are going to have. Havertz could be someone that people are looking at if let's say you double attack. But other than that, you can go double defense with Saliba and Gabriel. Or Odegaard could be another option. So we discussed about Arsenal first. CK and Azmin. Min, what do you think in terms of Arsenal? If let's say you're tripling up, are you going to double attack or double defense?
Well, firstly, we just got to address
Yeah, I
the
think
last week's loss first, and I think that it's just a glitch in the matrix for Arsenal. I think because it's just hard to think that they will not be able to bounce back. Yeah. So, but if you look at for Arsenal, I think it was worth it to double up in attack if you can. Yeah. So instead of the double single, go for double attack. That's what I think.
All right. So how about you, CK? Are you going to double defense or double attack for Arsenal?
For Arsenal, I'm currently most likely I will go for double attack because I think Wolf usually scores at home, and Chelsea usually play well against the big teams this season. So I think
Palmer,
for Arsenal defense and they have the Bayern Munich game later, means today midnight, tomorrow early morning, and it's only like a 3 days rest before they play Wolves, and after another 3 days I think they play Chelsea. So it's very short turnaround. But I can see Arsenal scoring maybe 3 to 4 goals in this double game week lah. So most likely I'll be going double Arsenal attack and one defender.
All right. If I'm on free hit, I think I will go double attack because if you want to be aggressive and take the points, because the points are likely to come in from the Arsenal attackers. And
Yes.
can I say Saka will be a lock-in for everyone? He's the talisman. He's on penalty kick. But who else in terms of another attackers? Is Havertz the one that we should look at, or the likes others like Odegaard or maybe others? What you guys think? Azmin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think definitely Havertz. He seems to have picked up found his goal scoring boots, and is definitely more attacking than Odegaard. Odegaard is still heavily tasked with the creative duties, so assist is there, but Havertz is still I would say he's even second in command after Saka in terms of attack, and not Jesus. Jesus seems to be the one holding up and helping bring others into the attack rather than scoring himself. So yeah, I'd go for Havertz if I needed a second attack.
All right, CK,
But
how about you? Is there any love for Odegaard?
Before game week 33, I'm quite sure I will get Havertz, but in game week 33 against Villa, Arsenal actually played Havertz back into midfield and play Jesus in front. So that's something that concerns me, because Havertz playing in midfield is not good. And now Jesus is back, so I'm not sure between Havertz and Odegaard. And Odegaard is quite good because I mentioned just now they have very, very short turnaround, 3 days, one game. So if Saka gets sub earlier, Odegaard will be on penalty. So that's what I'm looking at as well.
All right, fair. So I can guess both of you favor Havertz and Saka up front. Okay.
I guess just to address CK's point, I do, because you mentioned about the structural change. However, I get you could also argue that experiment has failed. So will Arteta go back to that? And that's why I don't, I think he's not going to do that again. And if he knows after seeing what happened, so probably we might go back to what we were the week before.
Yeah, let's see how they play in Europe tonight lah.
Yeah, interesting to see the lineup. I guess they're gonna go strong, and if they say there is any injury concern and so on, then you can readjust. All right.
Yeah.
So now let's go to maybe Arsenal is maybe a clearer cut in terms of who gonna get. How about Liverpool? Let us talk about Liverpool. On paper, they have really decent fixture, even though both are away, Fulham away, Everton away. Okay, Liverpool might not come into the right form right now, but their asset still that people are looking at tripling. So Salah, Darwin, Luis Diaz, Jota, VVD. You can put TAA also inside there. And Elisa already coming back. So we have options. But I go to Azmin first. Are we still correct to go double attack or even triple attack in terms of Liverpool assets?
See, that's the thing, because I think about not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, it was the argument was, if you're gonna go for two attacks, Salah and Darwin lock in, no questions asked, kind of thing, you know. Despite Darwin's still chaotic style of play, but you know, it was think that he's integral for Salah's gameplay. However, after what happened last week, suddenly everyone's doing a double take and thinking, and then suddenly Darwin, because look, the strikers positions for this is not exactly easy to get. Of course, you don't have Haaland in there, so you would think that above the top teams, Darwin is the one there, because in Arsenal you have Jesus, who's no longer a key FPL option, and then I've seen a lot of teams there who don't have Darwin, but instead have Solanke, Cunha, and even Mateta instead of Darwin. So it's worrying for those of us who already have Liverpool assets. Obviously, those who have free hit, not an issue, but those who have already used their wildcard and have brought in the likes of Darwin to lead up to double game week 34 are going to be concerned. It's not looking good for them. And will Klopp shake it up a bit? He could, you know, because with Jota and Gakpo around, Jota's back as well, so he could shape things around. So it's very risky for those with Darwin at the moment.
So Azmin, you're better in terms of knowing about Liverpool teams. What do you think? Are we going to see minutes managed in terms of Darwin, Luis Diaz, Jota, Gakpo? What do you think?
I got to think that Jota, if he's fit, he's got to be in with a chance of starting one, if not both matches, because we know that Jota he takes his chance. He's a more efficient player than Darwin. He doesn't get not many chances, but he makes it. He gets the goal. So definitely Darwin is risk there, because Jota is a much better goal scorer, more consistent goal scorer than Darwin is. So that's why, you know. But is it? Will you be happy with just one game and one game as a sub? That's the problem with Liverpool attack at the moment, given that they failed to score against Palace. So a safer option, which I can see most teams going for, is VVD. And possibly, if you think that they are possible clean sheet, then Alisson, who is back, because previously we were having issues, is Alisson going to play one or two? In the end, he played the whole match against Palace. So it looks like a better option might be.
Alisson returned in game week 33. I mean, it's a surprise, right?
Yeah, it was a surprise, and we were discussing about it for game week 33 in terms of whether you want to bring in Alisson or Bradley, and to your favor, you decided neither. Kelleher, and it turned out correctly for you, because now Bradley is long-term injured, and Alisson is back.
So I go to CK. What do you think? Interest in terms of double attack or double defense for Liverpool?
Personally, I would go for double defense for Liverpool, because Jota, Gakpo, Diaz, Darwin, there's too much confusion. And in my personal experience this season, I own Salah, Darwin, Jota, Diaz. I own all of them. But
at one point, okay.
The frustrating thing about them is that Liverpool attackers, except Salah, all of them, they need 3, 4, 5, 6 big chances to score one. So it's so frustrating. What more? Now they are having this Jota coming back. You know, Jota, I personally, if I have to pick one, I will pick Luis Diaz instead of Darwin. But I don't even want to go there, because I just don't like they are, they waste a lot of chances. They have rotations and all that. So my triple up at the moment is VVD, Salah, and also Trent. I think Trent coming back and also Bradley getting injured for 2 to 3 weeks now. It's like a gift to the free hit people that this is the gift that's given to you, that Trent is back, Bradley is injured. They will be kind of like forced to play Trent, and I think he will
Are
get
you
some early
confident
start.
TAA going to play like full minutes or 60 minutes at least for
I
that 2 game?
I think he will. I think he will. I think he will get early sub. So if you get early sub, I think it's good because just like Ben White. so so for me, I just think like if I want to go for a punt, I would go for Trent. And the safety one, the more safe one will be of course Salah and VVD. And I like VVD because I think he's scoring a goal. The last time I owned him in double game week, he scored
Due
a
for a
goal.
goal, you mean lah? It's just a
Yep.
due for a goal and it could become this week, is it? Okay.
VVD scored 2 goals this season, and I got both of them. So I think he's going to score
Wow.
his third goal.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So I'll go for it.
Love it.
I'll go for it.
Okay. At one point, I think I agree with both of you. I think VVD could be, in terms of minute, he's the most secured. Salah, VVD. But after that, maybe in terms of minutes, others might need to share minutes.
Yeah.
But personally, for me, if I got a chance, I think this is the week that I want to attack. Go triple players, go with Darwin, go with Salah, go with Luis Diaz, and ride your luck. Who knows? Because you mentioned Diaz is the best Liverpool player in terms of set for the past 6 game weeks. So he
Yes.
might actually retain in this game. Darwin, who had been missing, who knows he scored 1 or 2 goals this game, because Liverpool are in need to win, right? Because if they say they want to stand any chance of league title, they have to keep performing from this fixture. Fulham away, Everton away. Although away to Fulham is not an easy task. We already know how Fulham perform at home. Even he destroyed
Even-
Spurs like
Even
4-0.
Everton actually, Everton is the Merseyside derby. It's not that
Okay,
easy
fair.
game as
Fair. Okay, fair. But we try our luck. I think Klopp, they left only with 5 games live, right? So Klopp, we definitely mentioned we just do what we do best, which is attack. So I don't know. That's my feeling. I might be wrong, but if I have a chance, maybe I go triple attack. Diaz, Darwin, and Salah, and see how it
triple
goes.
attack.
I don't know. That's my feeling. But I'm not free hitting this week, so I don't have that chance. All right. So
Well,
I
well, the good. Just one more. Just a thing to say about the Merseyside derby. Bradford, it might be injured, so which means Liverpool
yeah,
might
that's why.
do well.
That's quite tough for me. Yep. Later we see our team. So last question again. I go to Azmin. Who will be your top 3 Liverpool assets?
Salah, TAA, and Jota.
Okay. All right. How about you, CK?
For me, it will be Salah, VVD, and then one of Luis Diaz or Trent.
Okay. All right. So we conclude in terms of Arsenal Liverpool. Most likely, free hitting will have those triple asset.
Yeah.
Rugila, if let's say you don't take 3 from Arsenal and Liverpool, right? I think it's Rugila if you don't take this chance. Then next we go Crystal Palace, because they already come into the right frame. They have decent fixture both at home. West Ham and Newcastle to an extent still decent at home. Are we going to triple up in terms of Crystal Palace asset? I go CK first. What do you think? You're going triple Crystal Palace asset?
Yes, I am. I should be. I think most of us, our who are on free hit, is simple. 3 Arsenal, 3 Liverpool, 3 Crystal Palace, Solanke, 10 already. One more. So you add one more, whoever you want. That's how I build my squad lah. Okay. So Crystal Palace, the first one I think everyone will have is Eze. I think. The second one is one of Olise or Mateta. I think quite a lot of people who are going for Mateta, but to be honest, I wanted to own Olise a lot previously when he's playing. I really like him as a player, man. When he plays, and this Eze plus Olise is like is 1+1 is bigger than 2. When they play together, it's crazy, man. And personally, lah, I have something for Olise, lah. So I really wanted him in my team. So I will go for Eze Olise. And then the third one, at the moment, I'm having Henderson in my team. Because one thing about the double game week as well, West Ham, they have a Europa League game against Leverkusen. It's so close. It's like 2.5 days before. So Crystal Palace with 2 home games, I think I will get one from them, one defense from them. It's either a keeper or a defender. At the moment, it's a keeper lah, because he makes quite a lot of saves as well.
Okay, that's CK. How about you, Azmin? Crystal Palace, 3 assets or lower?
Yeah. So it does. Yeah. So will largely depend also on West Ham with how they take the Europa League. How much they put into it. They like Liverpool. They are also trading. I think they down by 2 goals, 2-0.
2 goals, yeah.
Yeah. So be interesting.
I think they will try lah. I think West Ham will try.
Having said that, Crystal Palace is the only team that are playing 2 top 10 sides. Yeah. But
their defense are bad. Those 2 defense are bad.
Yeah, but because you were talking up Newcastle not too long, just a while back, now about going double up with your Shah and who's the other guy? Yeah, but but we see the inconsistent with Newcastle. But to balance it off, Crystal Palace are playing at home. They are now pretty much full strength with Olise, as you mentioned just now, Olise and Eze together. They are quite devastating. And for me, with the likes of Henderson at the back there, they could definitely get results.
All right. So who your top 3 assets, Crystal Palace, mean?
To be fair, I only have two in my team now, which is Olise and Henderson. So not having Eze is more of a gamble on my part. Yeah, because and I wanted to choose between Eze and Olise, and I went for Olise because Olise does take free kicks. So that's why I chose him.
All right. We're already on 1 hour mark. So I just want to speed up a bit. In terms of Everton, Bournemouth, Wolves, and Sheffield United, we just wrap up for these 4 teams because maybe there'll be less interest because we already talked about triple Arsenal, triple Liverpool, triple Palace. Who left, right? But who else do you think from this Everton, Bournemouth, Wolves, Sheffield United that we can consider maybe 1, maybe 2 into our teams? Because I just want to touch Everton got more 6 there, so maybe people don't want to look at that Everton players anymore. Maybe Bournemouth, Solanke, if let's say you start with him, or you actually start with Neto, you just write on. I don't know. Wolves, Ryan, Nori, Cunha, Sarabia, also all good, decent players if you want to put there. Sheffield United, I don't know if you want to go there, but I can see some people going for McBurney, Brereton Diaz. Who knows, right? So I go to Azmin. Who else from the 4 teams that you want to point out?
No, because Bournemouth, Solanke or none, because they're playing away, 2 teams who can score goals, Villa and Wolves. So forget the defense. Just it's either Solanke or not. Down to Wolves, who at least are playing at home. It's a crapshoot really. Either one of these could score. We need to find out whether Alt-Nouri is fit. But otherwise, it's hard to tell which one. So I'm avoiding everyone because anyone can score. Huang, Cunha, and Sarabia. Yeah, but if you put a gun to my head, I would go Sarabia.
Okay. How about you, CK?
I would say Solanke is, of course, is in most people's team lah. So
is it he's a must? I don't know.
For me, yes. Because
All right.
Aston Villa's defense is actually not that good. Although they just keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, but I think Aston Villa's defense is not that scary. Like, and Wolves as well. I mean, they score goals, yes. Don't get Bournemouth defense, but they concede goals quite a lot as well. So I think
All right.
Solanke should be in most people's team lah. So I just want to raise one thing because I saw quite a number of people they go double Arsenal defense and they get Kunha. I don't really understand lah because if you are getting double Arsenal defense and you get Kunha, so what are you doing? You know what I mean? If you want Kunha for that Bournemouth at home fixture, there's so
Yeah.
many good single 1 week fixtures players like Haaland, Watkins and all that. So why would you do that? So
Yep. I agree.
personally, I will say Solanke, and one more. I will definitely have one Sheffield United attacker in my team.
All right. Fair.
It's either Brereton Diaz or McBurney because
But Brighton in midfield, right? It's not attacker. It's not forward.
Brereton in midfield, yes. So at the moment, I have McBurney in my free hit team because midfield there's too many midfield players. It's very hard to give him one slot.
Okay.
So McBurney, I can put him in, and he's on penalty. And
Okay.
if you look at the fixture, Burnley at home, Manchester United away. I'm a Manchester United fan. I know we concede lots of chances. We are crazy, Manchester United. In terms of defense, we buggy a chance. Whoever play against Manchester United, every single game, I would say every single game so far, I watched most of their games. They concede chances every game, and lots of chances. So
good
Burnley at home-
for save points Onana lah. Give chances and Onana save lah. Right?
yeah, that's why I have Onana on my team. So, but in terms of game week 34, I think Burnley at home, Manchester United away. I think Sheffield United score some goals. So I have McBurney in my team, and I think
I just want to point out.
Yeah.
I just want to point out what I said earlier about Darwin being a shell for the likes of Mateta and Solanke. He's being shell for McBurney, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
How sad is that?
Whoever thought of that, right? Okay. I just wanna.
Yeah.
It's okay. Continue. It's okay.
I just want to say because of that fixture lah. The fixture is just so good that, and one thing is I think on the free hit, I have gone for quite a lot of so-called stable picks like Saka, Salah, Havertz, Eze, and all that. So I would just go for one Sheffield United player, just to make it fun lah. They have They have so good fixture, and I think I'll just go for one player is fine.
Okay. I just wanna point out FPL Raptor Ross did have are planning to have Brereton Diaz in his team. 3-5-2 and just for fun side he played Diaz, so could be a consolation. So let's go to I just draft out in terms of game week 34 free hit draft. We can discuss later in terms of your team, but this could be the one that people are looking at, right? So I just want to share in terms of goalkeeper. Looks like people are going Pickford and Henderson. You can just play one of them. I think that could be one of the option. The other one is people who are like me, who do not have the luxury of free hit. They start with Neto, they will play Neto. So that could be another option or in terms of goalkeeper. But they're playing away, right? Both are away.
Yep.
Other than that, you can see there one representative Arsenal defense in the form of Gabriel, one Liverpool defense, VVD, and one Palace asset who are looks like the most attacking one, Munoz, right? And then in midfield, we have Saka and Havertz. You guys already mentioned that double attack Inter Arsenal. So those Saka and Havertz in this template, Salah is inside that, and then Eze. Most likely, people will have Eze this week. He's the talisman. He should be on penalty kick. He also on corner set piece duty. So it's a good asset. And then we have Solanke, you mentioned there. People still have Darwin up there. And Cunha, you mentioned about maybe tak kena because you have Arsenal defense and then you have Wolves asset, right? So we can discuss that. Another option, Nuri could be one of your option in defense if you don't like VVD or Munoz, right? I'm not sure about Makolenko. Sarabia could also an option in midfield. You touch about Olise. So I just go to CK first. This the template. What do you think, or what changes you feel should have?
I think this is quite a safe free hit draft lah. I mean, like you wouldn't go wrong. You wouldn't go too much
Yep.
wrong with this team lah. It's quite safe.
Yep.
Quite safe. So overall, it's good, but I would say double Crystal Palace defense might be a little bit dangerous though.
Okay.
If I have a choice, I will go double Crystal Palace attack instead of the other way around lah. And
Alright.
all the other picks I think are fine lah. No issue with all those picks. But just one thing. I said just now, I think if I have to pick one, I might go for Luis Diaz instead of Darwin. That's it.
Okay. So you go Luis Diaz. You might not have Darwin there.
Yeah,
You go
that's it.
3-5-2. And another option is Mateta if you like. So I think that's another
Yeah.
option. Solanke, Mateta could be the
Yeah,
front two.
correct.
I go to Azmin. What do you think? What changes you want to do?
So this free hit is interesting in that it still has Darwin in it. so that's the fun bit. I'm not quite with CK in terms of the Crystal Palace double defense. I think there is merit in having that. But I guess you have to balance it out with the double defense get you more points, or will the Olise Eze combo get you more points? So
Or
if you
Mateta.
feel so if you feel the attack is really strong, then definitely go for it. But I'm not so sure, so that's why I'm more keen, because I do think that West Ham will want to bounce back. But you're right in the sense that they are playing against Europe, so that's a question. And then you also play Newcastle, who looks like they can transform one week and change the next. So because we talked about them defense being so bad, and then suddenly they start keeping clean sheets again. So that's why. Yeah. But other than that, the likes of Solanke, Salah, Saka. Interesting that Salah still seems to be the favorite captaincy option despite the markups in the past few weeks. Yeah. So, but we can talk about that later. But otherwise, in terms of free hit, that's all I have to say. Gabriel may not keep a clean sheet, but you might as well have at least one attacker when one defender Arsenal, because Arsenal still statistically have the best defense.
All right, good stuff. Let's jump to, Azmi already mentioned captaincy pick. Let's jump to it. Captaincy for this week. None others. People are looking at these two assets. Mo Salah and I think Arsenal, Saka, because those are the two big guns, the two premium. And also in terms of feature, they are also decent. Salah, as you know, ownership 38.5% now, but Saka is actually higher with 57.2. Points per start, Salah 7.8, Saka a bit lower 6.4. XG higher to Salah, but XA higher for Saka. Both are the talisman, both are on penalty. And this is from Fantasy Football Hub points prediction. They predicted Salah gonna have the highest point for this week with 14.8, and second is Saka with 11.7. So I go to Azmin first. Who are the right captaincy for this week? Is it we just go with the established and must trust known in terms of Salah, or could Saka be the one that we should go?
Both teams lost last week, so you would expect that both teams need to bounce back. At the same time, both teams also have a very hard midweek match, one in the Champions League, one in the Europa League. Liverpool are trailing 3-0. Arsenal drew, but their opponent is a no joke opponent. So it's very hard to see. But then in terms of quality, it's still these two. So you'd have to hope that both of these bounce back. So I would still put my money on Salah because I feel that the motivation should be higher because they are in the more pressure to perform. Yeah. Whereas Arsenal, the good thing with Arsenal is that other players can step up as well. Yeah. So a lot more compared to Liverpool. So I'd still go for Salah.
All right. How about you, CK? Is Salah the one that
for
we
me
should go?
also, I would go for Salah as well if I have to choose now. I'm looking at Eze as well, but most
Wow.
likely it will be Salah. It will be Salah most likely. But and for Saka, I phobia. I dare not captain Saka anymore. So it will be Salah. I captain Saka twice this season. One time is a 5-0 against Crystal Palace and he didn't get anything. The second time is against Sheffield United and he got sub at halftime. So
Okay.
so I'm not going there. It should be Salah. Yeah.
Who knows that time lucky, right? So maybe Saka.
Don't you
do
start,
that.
Hafiz.
Don't do that.
All right. So looks like no contest. Salah is the one that we should go. But Saka could be an option. Siki did mention about Eze. Maybe he also can be a decent option captaincy, playing both at home. What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, it's for me it's actually between Salah and Eze. To be honest, I'm considering Eze because on penalties and that two games, I think Crystal Palace will score. And when Crystal Palace score, usually Eze will be involved either scoring or assisting most of their a good amount of their goals lah. So
interesting.
To be safe, it will be Salah lah. If you captain Salah, you just sit back. Even if he blank, everyone is in the same boat lah.
But CK Azmin, we already left with 5 weeks. Do we still want to play safe? If let's say you want to chase rank, right? I don't know. We already left with 5 weeks, right?
Yeah. I'm not decided yet lah. I changed my captaincy between Salah and Eze a few times. So
all right.
Yeah, if you want to, it does depend on how high you are in the rankings. If in deciding whether to play safe or go for broke. Yeah, because even me, who's down at the 2 million mark and still Salah looks like the
maybe Azmin this fine, right? Maybe Azmin can take this fine and go for Eze, and who knows, right? Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't have Eze, Hafiz. Just
you still have option to go him free hit, right? So okay.
True. Yeah. Let's see.
Or you can even go for a Havertz if you want.
Yeah. I talk a lot about Havertz, but when we look at my team, I don't actually have him for now. But I'll tell you why.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our team. I go to my team first. I am not free hitting this week. I am dead ending my team. So this is how my team line up so far. I have Dubravka in goal. Areola looks like he's not going to play. If let's say he plays, both are actually playing away to Crystal Palace. So I just realized that. So Dubravka in goal for now. I have 8 double game week players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Brentford, but we're not sure, right, in terms of his injury. We shall see knows better later. I have Gabriel and White. I have double defense. I'm not free hitting. I don't think I'm going to make any move in terms of the Arsenal asset. My 3 Arsenal asset is set already. Gabriel and White in defense. I have Sarabia. I have Salah. I have Saka. San for now. I have Solanke. I have Darwin as my second Liverpool asset. And I have Haaland. All in my bench. On my bench is single playing game week players. Palmer, Gusto, who are playing away to Arsenal. And Taylor, who are no more first 11 for Burnley, right? So those are non-playing player for this week. So the target for me right now is just to build up my double game week 34 players, just fill out with more double game week players, of which Dubravka and Son is the one that I'm looking at to fill out 10 double game week players. I have 2 free transfer for this week. So those are my option on the left. Okay, I have 3 options that we can discuss. We already see Alisson coming back. So Alisson could be one of my option in goal and Eze in midfield. Or the second one, I go Henderson in goal and Luis Diaz in midfield and fill out my third Liverpool spot. Or the third one, go double Crystal Palace. And with my third spot, Liverpool asset. So, man, I go to you first.
Yeah, firstly, with you need to consider the goalkeeper is someone you will most likely play all the way till the end of the season. Yeah, given your other guy is Areola, who I don't know, is he permanently cropped? Yeah, so so the case is with Henderson, Crystal Palace. Theoretically, they're just playing for safety now and are already safe. So who knows how they will approach each game. But of course, under the new manager, he'll
what will happen is I'm going to dead end my team and next week wildcard. So
I
I
forgot
will
about that. Sorry.
reconstruct my
Okay, so just considering this game, I forgot about it. Sorry. So are you looking at a Sheffield United striker or attacker? Because you are dead ending, and if there's one team who is who has something to fight for, is Sheffield bloody United. so that I mean I'm coming around to Chenkiat's line of thinking. There definitely there'll be goals there. Yeah, but if you were to ask me between the two options, Alisson, Eze, Henderson, Diaz, I'd go for Henderson and probably Eze actually. Yeah, and the reason is because Diaz, I'm not sure is his starting stop spot assured. We do know that Darwin, when he plays on that left side, he can be effective as well. We've seen that before when Diaz was out because of the family issues. Darwin played on the left and he was surprisingly quite effective. And given that currently Diaz and Darwin and Salah, given the problems they had, one option for Klopp is to push Darwin to the left instead and play Jota or Gakpo through the middle. So Eze place is assured. So it really is between Alisson, Eze or Henderson, Eze. Given Liverpool's issues, I would go Henderson, Eze.
CK, what do you think? What option that you feel the right thing for me to do?
I might if I agree with Azmin if I'm in your position, maybe I wouldn't go for the second option, but I will go for the first one because Alisson, he makes a lot of saves. Like even that day against Crystal Palace, if it's not for Alisson, Liverpool concede a few other chances as well. So I really like Alisson because he played in Liverpool, so they are not going to concede like 3-4 goals, but Crystal Palace might. So and he makes a lot of saves as well. So in this situation, if I have to pick one, I think I'll pick option number 1 lah. And then one thing, Everton's attack is quite bad. So
true.
Maybe I would say Liverpool keeps a clean sheet against Everton. I don't think they keep one against Fulham, but Everton they have a chance. So I think Alisson should be good. Right. And don't you want to consider playing Palmer? Palmer 26 pointer last week. No.
I won't play Palmer over any double gameweek players, and looks likely I'm going to play Haaland.
Wouldn't you want to play play Palmer then take out Braithwaite if you need to?
Braithwaite, if let's say I take out, I need to replace with a defender, right? So I cannot bring in Palmer.
No. I mean you put Palmer in, and then you have 2 transfer, one for keeper, one for Braithwaite.
But I think Eze is a must-have this week. That's what I feel.
Correct. For me also, just now I considered him for captain. Yeah.
So I think actually I just share this option, but I feel Eze is a must-have this week. So I think as much as I like Diaz to go triple attack because I still have that option, but I feel Eze it's like a must have. So I just do that
Yeah,
unless I don't want to replace any my goalkeeper and just replace Palmer with Diaz and just go. I can still do that 3-5-2. Go for Eze Diaz and bench Haaland, but I might not do that. Okay, I'll think about my team. Thanks for your suggestion. Let's go to, is it Azmin team? Yes, the Sleepy Jedi's man. And you already activate your free hit, right?
Yeah. So I belatedly realized that I gave a wrong using my another format and not the official format. So sorry about that. Yeah. So as you can see, the
Wow,
one thing I
double
put in.
Jesus.
Pardon? Okay. Okay. Firstly, I have two Wolves players there, Dawson and Kuna. Henderson, as I mentioned, so Henderson and Olise. Salah TAA, I've pretty much set on Liverpool's TAA, Salah and Diego Jota as a wild card to score the goals. Now Solanke and Cunha fill it up. Now, why is Jesus there? Okay, so the only reason Jesus is there because I'm finding it hard to sell Palmer, because coming to what you mentioned just now, where you're suggesting Hafiz, Palmer is currently fighting Haaland for the bloody golden boot. so if and we know that Chelsea can play well against they do seem to do better against the bigger side. So I'm having problems. If of course I will sell Palmer to bring in Havertz and go for a 3-5-2 and not have Jesus, and that's the only reason Jesus is there, because I'm having doubts as to whether Palmer should be benched even. So I'm actually really whether Palmer will continue his form, and even against Arsenal, it is a London derby.
You shared sentiment. Yeah, you shared sentiment with CK lah. Means that Palmer can be a consideration for this week, right?
Yeah. So if I do go for the Havertz side, of course Jesus won't be there. It'll be Havertz for Palmer, and Havertz will go up into 3-5-2. But at the moment, Palmer it's just making it hard for me not to play him, even though he only plays one game. He's just in superb form at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only reason that's there.
Yeah, I think if let's say I'm in your position, you just do what you feel like doing, because there's nothing to lose. Because what else can happen, right? You just play maybe some differential and stick with the main core of your team. I like that Jesus. If you feel comfortable, I like Jota. I like Olise, but I think Eze should be inside there somewhere. So then you can Olise and Eze combo, and the rest, I think, yeah, TA. Who knows, right? So I'm okay with those options. CK, what do you think?
Oh, so I know Azmin's style is a bit, go for it kind of thing. If you really want that, I would say if you are going along that line, you definitely should get one Sheffield United attacker in.
Ayo.
That's one thing. I mean,
so
if you are choosing a team, based on differentials, taking risks here and there, I think you definitely should take one from Sheffield United. And even
okay, I'll do that right now. And
I think Sheffield United keeper is a good shout as well.
What? Okay, I'm not going to go that far.
No. He gets a lot of saves. No. That's just for fun lah. But I would say go for one attacker if that's how you play the game.
I get you.
All right.
you. I mean, the reason I because again, as you mentioned, Sheffield do have are playing to survive, and you have told me that Manchester United concede a lot of chances. So so I'm definitely it's definitely something to think about and consider.
But aren't you worried
Thanks.
Jota? I mean, Jota, I don't know, man. He might get too sub.
I think okay. I just want to ask Azmin, in terms of Europa League, already down 3-0. What do you think the lineup will be for Liverpool? What do you think? Is it a strong lineup, or you feel that Klopp will
give up?
Let it go?
It's Okay, it's really hard to tell because I think right now it's really dependent on what happens midweek. I really would need to see that midweek, because this team is formed on the basis of Liverpool doing well in midweek, yeah, and 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 such will continue with a winning team, and I feel that TA and Diogo Jota will be part of that plan. But if they lose, then I may not have Jota at all. I may go for a non-Liverpool player instead. Keep
Okay.
TA and Salah, but maybe a non-Liverpool
Okay.
player and go elsewhere, and then have my Palmer plus Havertz into the side. Yeah, I could just do that. So it does largely depend on
Alright.
tomorrow night's match.
We shall see after that Europa League. Let's go to CK team. You're also on free hit, right, CK? And this is your
Yeah,
team?
yeah, yes. So my team is just basically I I take some risks and I go safe in some parts as well lah. So I just try to mix it up. So I think there are a few players that is definitely locked in the team. Like I would want VVD this week. Ben White, because Ben White recently has been playing well. I mean not only his early subs and all that, but he did play well. I think last week he nearly got an assist for Saka as well. I mean Saka have a shot and it's just White. So I think Ben White is in, when VVD is in, Eze is in, Salah is in, Saka and Solanke. So I have a few slots to play around with lah. And I'm not decided between Odegaard and Havertz yet. But I see Odegaard, he likes to play against the so-called smaller teams. If you look at Odegaard's record, he usually play well against some, like a game against Wolf is one which he can do well lah. So I might go with either Odegaard or Havertz, and yeah, basically I like my team lah, as I mean as of now lah.
Okay. So I just read out your team. You have
Mm.
you're playing Henderson. You have VVD and TA as the Liverpool double defense. You have White there, not Gabriel or Saliba. Maybe that could be an option. Double up
Yep.
in terms of Palace in midfield, Olise and Eze, Salah, Saka and Odegaard, but it could be Havertz somewhere there. You going
Yep.
McBurney up front and Solanke.
Yep.
So McBurney is the one that the difference in terms of
Yep.
the template. You could either
McBurney is
go,
one risk lah.
Mm.
One risk that I'm taking.
which is I think still fair. Who knows, McBurney scored against Burnley and you already got that rewards, right? Other than that, you just say Nori is fit. Are you going to think about playing him or not? And into your consideration?
No lah. In
No.
my current setup, unless I go for a Liverpool midfielder or Darwin or Diaz or someone, if not,
Okay.
I cannot play him in front of that tree, right?
Okay.
So at the
Alright.
moment, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. I think the core is there and you put some differential to just get extra edge from others. Because not everyone going to have Olise Eze combo in midfield. That's why I feel. Okay. I think we already come to our end stream, but we take some question. Rakan FPL, thank you for your question. Some question, let us see some which is related to this game week 34. We did not touch about Haaland that much, okay? But if let's say you have Haaland, bench or play. In my situation, I'm going to play him because I do not have me. But do you think, guys? I go to you. If let's say Haaland, could he be one of the consideration?
Yeah, I would still play him. So yeah, it's hard to if you still on your team playing because anything can happen. He can do really well. Having said that, again, like Liverpool, like West Ham, they play tonight. Yeah, so just make sure he doesn't get injured. As long as he's fit, play him.
Okay. CK at Nori. If you have him, you talk about Anuri just now. Keep or sell? Keep.
Keep.
Okay.
If I mean, depending on your team, if you are dead ending 34, then of course you keep Nori and hope he's healthy, because I think last week the manager said he's only a minor injury. So personally, I would keep Nori and play him and hope he's healthy. Unless if you are on a free hit, then maybe not necessarily have to play him lah.
All right. A question about captaincy. We talk about Salah. His essential captaincy for this week, right, man? Salah.
I don't know if I would use the word essential. But yeah, he's definitely you would think that he can bounce back. So yeah. Not essential, but that's pretty good.
Talk about Crystal Palace defense. We talk much on Muniz, but how about Michel? If let's say between these two, which one you favor, CK?
Probably Munoz lah. Yeah, I know Michel just got the assist last week, so to come here and say I would prefer Munoz, it doesn't sound right. But if you look at their heat map and their overall performance over the last few weeks, Munoz have actually been playing quite advanced lah, playing quite high up the field. So possibility wise, I would say Munoz maybe have a slightly better chance of attacking return. But it's close lah. It's close.
Okay. Man, Luis Diaz or Darwin? We touch about this. You're favoring Luis Diaz, right?
No, I can't answer this one. Just on the current basis, I would say Luis Diaz.
Okay, fair.
But it's very
right. For CK, question about single game week player. Isaac Haaland. If you have Isaac Haaland, are you going to play them?
Oh my god! I mean, if the question is asking to play one of them, it's difficult. Maybe
Newcastle away to Crystal Palace, Man City away
Brighton.
to Brighton.
Is flip a coin lah.
All right.
Maybe Isak because Haaland have a midweek fixture. Maybe that's
they're gonna play. Yeah, they're gonna play Real Madrid. They're gonna play semi-final FA Cup. Then after that, baru main Brighton. So it's still a long way.
They play Man City actually play the last this coming game week. Yeah. They play the last. So maybe Isak lah.
Basically, Haaland is out of your control. If anything happen to that game FA Cup, you're gone.
Yeah.
Min, Liverpool question, defense, TA or Van Dijk, BVD?
TAA for the upside. I go for TAA for the upside. He's back. He'll want to get his team to win.
All right, last question for CK. Munoz or Dalo? I think Manchester United playing Sheffield United, right? If I already play my wildcard, what do you think, Min? What do you think, CK? Sorry.
If you have already played your wildcard, Dalot. That's it. Because Dalot plays Sheffield United this week. So I just mentioned Manchester United conceded a lot of chances and I got McBurney in my team. So of course I wouldn't really want a Manchester United clean sheet. But it's still at home against Sheffield United. And moving forward, Manchester United have Burnley, Crystal Palace, double game week. So maybe go for Dalot if you have used your wildcard already.
All right. Thank you all for joining this stream. Would like to remind everyone when will be our Game Week 34 deadline. It's on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Malaysian time. And do support us by hitting the like button and subscribe to our FPL Jedi Show YouTube channel while we are in this stream. So your last word, CK?
Yeah, I would like to hope that it's a good double game week for everybody, and anything can happen in the double game week, I would say. So even if for some who doesn't have like say 11 double game week players, I don't think there's a need to panic, to be honest, because I even have some friends in my mini league who's considering having Foden to play in this week, which he can get a hat trick or something. So we've seen in Game Week 25 that single game week players do outperform a lot of the double game week players. So that don't need to panic. Anything can happen, and I wish everybody all the best.
All right, Min, your last word.
All the best, and yep, as what Hafiz mentioned earlier, it's the last game weeks. Let's go all out, man. Let's go out, do what you want to do.
All right, we are in the last running. 5 weeks left. Do what you feel like. You're free hitting. Fill out whatever player you have. Most likely you're gonna play all the double game week players. But if you're the ending, good luck also, because next week, game week 35, we will talk about wildcard draft for game week 35. Until then, thank you for joining and see you again. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.